Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the morning energy check-in with me, Chelsea. This is Aries, an all Aries channel. Cross watchers are always welcome, and then also people who resonate with Aries in other placements more than their sun, Venus, rising, Mars, Mercury, wherever your second house, or you're looking for money and your career advice, wherever you find that Aries resonates in your chart, you are welcome here. All right. You're welcome as I finish up my eye routine. You're welcome here. Now I start on my pre-workouts. I might get a little amped. Just a reminder, personal readings are closing out for July 31st. I've booked completely for the rest of this this reading session. I saw a few of you in my email who are like, last minute scraggly people coming in last minute. I don't mean you, but how you're coming in last minute asking for a reading. They may have like one day where I pop out and say, hey, you can get your reading today. Those are those people who are in my email already. So if you're not prepared, I don't know what to say, but I'm giving you a little bit of a notice. I might be like able to do that at least one day. But other than that, after July 31st, I won't be doing personal readings anymore for a few months. Just need a break and to focus on myself and to heal and to be creative and to rest. Personal readings take a lot of energy. They really do. They really, really do, because I'm tapping into your energy. I did a personal reading yesterday, and I offered to do it yesterday. I normally don't do any readings on Sundays, but I offered to do it. And I just noticed, doing that reading yesterday, I didn't do the weekly because after I've tapped into energy, I don't want to go back. So you would expect to see more readings on the channel now that I'm not going to be doing personal readings. So that's the gain. That's the gain there. And hopefully I can start posting on my other channel again. Well, let's go ahead and get started and see what's going on. Yes, it's time. Spirit is telling me it's time really to focus on myself. This is for Aries. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. This is for Aries. So it was so funny. Let me tell you, something happened this morning. I was getting a water bottle out of my pantry, which is right in front of us. And I was thinking about, am I going to have enough time to do the morning energy reading today? Maybe I'll just skip it today. And because I'm running a little late. And I kid you not, I bent down and grabbed a water bottle. And as I got up, I don't know where this feather came from, but a feather, the tiniest feather, floated up. And I was drinking my water like this, and it floated up and it landed on my hand. And I was like, I was like, oh my God, that's a feather. The tiniest feather just floated up and landed on my hand. And as I'm realizing it's a feather, like it landed, right? It literally just got off of my hand and started floating over here to the table. And I was like, what the hell? And I always tell my sister, she's a Virgo. She doesn't believe in a lot of stuff like that. Not in a lot of 3D stuff. I'm like, I said, like, when our mother first passed away, I said, those little specks and like those little whooshes of air and like, I know you think they're just dust or whatever. I said, but I really feel like that's mama. And she's like, I think it's just dust. I'm like, okay. All right. And then today I was close enough to see that it was actually a little feather. So I don't know. I felt like that was at least a message saying, no, get your ass to the table because somebody needs a message today. So let's see here. Let's take a look. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Holy Spirit, spirits and angels, please show me clearly. What does Aries need to see today? All right, this card keeps coming out. So August, I think it's going to be a beautiful. The word that keeps coming to me is beautiful nightmare, but don't be afraid by the word nightmare, or storm rather, because I feel like there's going to be a mixture of energies. Beautiful, and sometimes things have to get a little chaotic in order to for you to see their full beauty. I mean, we will be having a Mercury retrograde. Some of you may find difficulties in communication. But then again, I always urge you to look at your chart. Because maybe you were born during a retrograde. I was born during a Mercury retrograde. So the way that you'll hear a lot of astrologers describe Mercury retrograde, or other people, that you'll have these type of challenges and this and this and that. I flow through Mercury retrogrades. And then I do believe that, will it be in Gemini? I think I'm not sure what sign it will be in. Oh, no. It starts, I think, in Leo, and then moves back to Virgo. Excuse me. It starts in Virgo and moves back to Leo. So just check your chart with that, and do your own research as well, because sometimes general readings, astrology readings, are just that. They're very general. But I do believe, though, Aries specifically are not going to be biting their tongues during this season. And so I just ask that if you're not going to be biting your tongue, make sure that your words that you say are worth saying. I'm just going to say that. Make sure they're worth saying, because, I mean, sometimes it is worth cussing someone out, or maybe it is worth telling someone like it is, but don't waste your energy on things that are not worth it. But sometimes there are times where you have to stand up for yourself. I do feel like August is a month of justice, for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Okay, maybe it's legal situations, court cases, but maybe it is just standing up for yourself. And that can trigger people, and that can create arguments. But I'm also seeing a lot of beautiful energy in August as well. So this is one to be those months where you take the good with the bad. There it is. I knew it. 10 of Pentacles right out. Okay. You take the good with the bad, right? But you know, what is really good and what is really bad? It's all an illusion, right? It's all an illusion. Light, dark, good, bad, positive, negative. We all need it. We need it all. It's balance. All right. And this card keeps coming out too. Hello, everyone. So the first card that came out is Level Up. Queen Ya Asantiwa. She keeps wanting us to see her. Maybe somebody needs to call on her. She's been coming out quite a lot. That's why I just saw her yesterday as well, because I did a quick overview pull in the month of August again, just to see what I thought. She came up too, along with a few other cards. So this is definitely a strong energy for Aries. And I was going to say, money. There's going to be money that comes through in some way for some people. Okay. It feels like money, it's either an increase of what you've already been making, or it's something that comes in that changes your money story. And I've been saying it that way for a reason. I've been saying it that way, if you've noticed, for the last few weeks, changing your money story, because it's not just an increase of, or a payout or something. It could be an inheritance. It could be something that dumps on you, but it's going to be significant enough that it changes your money story. So maybe it's an increase. Maybe you're finally getting a job, right? If you've been unemployed and it's a good job and it's good income, it changes your money story. So I'm feeling that in some way. Maybe it's entrepreneurship. Let's take a look. 39. I do feel that, and everybody loves that, right? So we have Queen Ya Santiwa. She's an element of bush, which could be the earth element, and Queen, the Temple of Queens. Okay. Excuse me. So her guidance says, raise your standards. A leap for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet. The embodiment, time to level up. Okay, this is your reason for a quantum leap. You have prepared for this. Life does not have to be linear, and neither does growth. A quantum leap feels drastic and huge, but the secret is that quantum leaps happen little by little. So what inspired action helps you level up? Connecting to spirit with rituals, movement, meditation, and visualization is a great start. Okay, the goddess or the God declaration says divine timing is on my side. Um, Meditation has been coming up very strongly for me as well. So if you know you're like on the verge of something or something coming in, or maybe you creating something, please sit still. Just sit still. You don't have to necessarily quiet your mind, but breath work helps. Okay. Breath work helps for messages and things, downloads to come in and you to catch them. That's the most important thing. You can have a million things going on in your head, but if you can catch that divine information that is meant to come to help you, that's the beauty. Like I literally, I had another channel before. I always said that that channel really didn't pop off the way it should have. One, because I told people in the beginning. That's my biggest thing. If I'm creating something, I don't tell anybody about it, particularly people who hated on me. Okay. So it was almost like they were giving me the evil eye when they were watching my channel. And so I knew I needed to do a channel, but I didn't know what. And so I started meditating, and I kid you not, like it came, the voice saying, you're going to do an all Aries channel, all Aries channel. Right. And I'm like, I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try that. But then I didn't have a name. And the next day I went back and meditated again. I just sat down, quiet my mind, I asked Spirit. I said, what am I gonna call this channel? Like, what am I literally I Heart Aries came to me. I didn't do any kind of brainstorming. I didn't do nothing. It just came to me. And I was like, oh, that's catchy. Okay. And here we are. So meditation does work. Very first card that comes out is the 10 of Autumn, the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. That card number was number 39. So it says take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making more investments, making wise investments, or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. Okay. Yeah, this definitely could have to do with generational wealth. Okay. Ancestors as well. But could be a windfall of money. This is financial security here. Okay, this is stability. So right after that, I'm seeing the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Autumn. So I'm going to clarify this, and especially the energy in between them. 5 of Pentacles talks about changes in your financials after difficult situations, poor timing. Okay, feeling challenged by money issues, reach out to others for assistance. And then we have the ego, which is the death card. Yes. The illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. So money flows to you like a magnet when you're not chasing it, or when you're not looking for it, when you're not in fear that you're not going to have it or you're not going to lose it. That is really a skill that you should train yourself to do. And I say train yourself because you don't just wake up one day and say, I'm not going to care about money. You really have to train yourself. You really do. You really do. Because even I'm still in the stages of training myself, but I've come a long way, that I don't stress or freak out when a big bill comes in or when something comes up. Like I used to get anxiety about it. I'm a single mom. I don't have any child support. But now I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's always going to be okay. That is my mantra all the time. Especially when I start having anxiety, everything always works out for me. Because now it's not even a mantra. It's a reminder. It's literally a reminder for myself that everything always does work out for me. It really does. And so when you start repeating it like that, and then you start seeing how it does work out for me, it will start working out for you, and it will always work out for you. That's what it becomes, a reminder. Okay. It's when you keep telling the same story that nothing works out for you and everything goes wrong for you. And, you have just a bad lot in life, you're going to create a new cycle of that, and it's going to continue. I'm seeing the 4 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Well, that was not an accident. Clarify the 5 of Autumn, or 5 of Pentacles. Yep. All right. Tell me about the ego. All right. Tell me about the Five of Swords here. Okay, so literally here, there's the Justice card coming out again. This Justice card in every deck I have has been showing itself a lot for the energies coming out. So that's why I said people are getting justice in situations, even if your life is just balancing out. Let me tell you, I do feel, and I just was talking about this, that there's going to be some money increase for people coming up here in the month of August. Financial increases, money that you haven't seen before, maybe making money from a different avenue that you never thought you could. Maybe a side hustle kind of starts popping off, it starts rolling in. And maybe it's just the beginning stages, but when the Ten of Pentacles comes out, that means it's going to be long lasting. It's going to be generational wealth of some form. So then you have the Five of Autumns. I feel like this is a reminder, a harsh reminder, but also a kind of a like, this is what you need to work on. This is what you need to do right now and start focusing on, so that the money that comes in, you can keep it. You can make wise decisions. You can invest it in the right ways. You can, and then it's okay. We all make mistakes. We've all, like, don't ever be afraid of losing money. That's another thing, right? Of the people who have the most money are people who have lost it all and they got it back because they have that mindset that I can make it back. I can lose it all, I can make it back. So don't ever be afraid. I'm not saying to be afraid of losing it, but what Spirit is pointing out is your mindset around lack, or BROKE, or fears of someone taking something from you, or you never have it. Or more importantly, what I'm seeing here is a generational family mindset of just not having enough. Like the old saying, things like that were used, like money doesn't grow on trees, or we don't have McDonald's money, stuff like that. Um, that's something that you start very small, that I train myself with. Although I do say yes to my son a lot, he does have to work for things. And now he has his own little debit card and he has chores and things like that. But you have to create a balance, because you don't want to instill in your kids, because you're afraid that we don't have it and we're never going to have it. You know what I'm saying? We're never going to live like that. And da, 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 da. That's kind of what this reading is saying, not just for your success, but generationally, the fear or the mindset that has been ingrained in you, is a good time right now to change it. Okay. Especially if you're about to see an increase in your finances. You don't want to have 10 of Pentacles coming in and you're living in the Four of Pentacles, right? It's okay to save, obviously, have savings, invest, make your money work for you, make it grow for you, but don't, oh my God, I'm not spending nothing. I've never had this amount of money in my life, and nobody's touching it. Nobody can have it. Nobody's borrowing it. So just be careful with that. Okay. The clarifying the 10 of Autumn, you have the Tower and the Nine of Pentacles. So you saw these cards came out together. Literally drastic changes with the Tower here. Shocking changes, surprises, money coming out of nowhere, or money you've been waiting for a long time to come through for you. Nine of Pentacles, a life of luxury, abundance, being able to do and travel whatever you want to do and travel, enjoying yourself. This is the Nine of Pentacles energy is a very stress-free life, right? Because she has a lot of material wealth and abundance, also physical health too. But sometimes money can't buy health, right? But you can take care of yourself a lot better, right? The right foods and things like that. Maybe she has money, she's able to make her own garden. That's a plus. That's always very abundant, because you know what you're putting in your body. All of those things, luxury. Okay. The Tower, unexpected luxury, unexpected money coming in, unexpected wealth and abundance. And it's literally clarifying the 10 of Pentacles. So you got the 9 and the 10. That's huge. That's big stuff. It's life changing. It really is. I know you, and let me tell you, I've been there before. You always think, what is Chelsea saying? Nothing like that ever happens to me. And guess what? You're never going to believe that it happens to you until it happens to you. That's just how it is. You're never going to believe that could be your story until it happens. That's how it was for me, So This is the energy. This is what it's saying here. But what we have here though is the Five of Autumn. Clarifying the Five of Autumn is the Five of Swords. Now, Five of Swords can be arguments. Five of Swords can sometimes feel like somebody's withholding something from you, withholding the truth from you, stealing from you, taking from you. I talk a lot. But this also could be, the Five of Swords can also be your mindset, taking from yourself. Okay. Mental conflicts, cheating yourself, literally cheating yourself. Now, when I see the 10 of Cups here, and that kind of came crossing, this could be a family thing. Okay. This could be a relationship thing. This could be maybe thoughts or mistruths that you picked up through toxic relationships or narcissistic people, parents, whatever. It's a thing here that creates in your mind for you to be in lack. It's kind of like the same story where you'll see a lot of people put fear in people who win the lottery. I'm like, oh my God, a huge percentage of people who win the lottery never keep it. Sure, it's a mindset. Doesn't mean that you win the lottery, you're not going to be able to keep it, right? It's a mindset. There's people who know what to do. There's people who are like, I never had this amount of money and I'm just going to blow it all on everything I see, or give it all away, whatever. It's the fear. It's not really the actions of what they're doing. It's the fear of, I may not never touch this much money again in my life. So I'm going to do what I want to do now. And I mean, shit, I don't know. Could they be wrong? Shit, you could drop dead tomorrow. That's why I always say balance is necessary for situations like this. You don't want to be in that Four of Pentacles energy, but then you also don't want to be wasteful either, right? You also want to leave generational wealth for children. I mean, to me, that's the most important thing. I never thought about really, I never really had an urge to just be this billionaire or even multi-millionaire. It's just like, I feel like you get what you need, or you manifest what you need, right? And then you write down, what is it that you need? Maybe you do need $1 million to leave for your children, right? When you pass, whatever your goals are, you do that. But the last thing you want to do is be living in this Five of Swords energy, whether that was placed upon you generationally, or this is how you think because of what you've seen. This is what your reality has produced. But even if your reality has produced it, that's because of the way that you were thinking or you were trained. So I said something here earlier about needing to change that. And sure enough, that's what's came out, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, positive shifts, positive change, great fortune, right, coming in towards you. But when I'm seeing it coupled with the Death card, there is a need, right, to not be so obsessive about the material, but also the Death card talks about transformations. So this could mean that you are changing that way of thinking, right, into a more positive and abundant way of thinking. Also, sometimes, the obsession with sometimes, not all the time, because you got a lot of rich people who are obsessed with it too, but sometimes the obsession with wealth and money and abundance is birthed from the place of not having. All right, seeing other people have it, you don't have it, you want it, and you want it bad, right? Sometimes that's where it comes from. So there's something about that is changing into a more positive direction for you, because it feels like it has to change. And that's the truth. When you do start making more money and it's a continuous thing, it becomes normal, right? So it doesn't really, now there are just some people who are greedy, right? That is just the case. But a lot of times when you do get comfortable with that type of wealth, it does become your way of thinking, your way of life. So there's something here about that is changing here with the Wheel of Fortune. I'll clarify that one more time. Tell me about ego and the Wheel of Fortune here, the Death card. Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands, I felt like wanted to come out in reverse because it flipped over. Yeah, and then the Ace of Pentacles. I do feel like it came in reverse. I'm just showing you upright. Seven of Wands here possibly came in reverse. Sometimes the Seven of Wands is standing your ground, protecting yourself, defending yourself from these outside influences that are trying to come in and take things. But I almost feels like this is kind of letting your guard down or your posture down in a good way. And it feels like less stress, less effort. So that is true. Like we've been all conditioned that hard work produces money and things like that. But it really is being in the flow, right? not working as hard as you thought you had to work, just being in a good energy flow. That's what I feel like this is saying here. Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. It did come in reverse. Let me just show it like this. Seven of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. It's kind of like when you change this kind of, and I'm not saying everybody has this, but the Death card here is like something is ending. And I feel like it's force and effort or fear, because sometimes the Seven of Wands, you can be very defensive out of fear of losing something, fear of not having something. But you have the Ace of Pentacles here in the Wheel of Fortune. Something is positive, is changing within your money story, and it's going to produce income, like new streams of income. Ace of Pentacles. I'm also seeing that it's going to unblock something that is coming in right now. It's coming in and may have been blocked from you, and it's going to do that. So I'm just going to read that again. In this Death card, it says the illusion of being trapped, place too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. So yes, I do have to run now, but stick with yourselves, Aries, because a lot is coming in. Ask yourself, where do I fear? Why do I fear not having money or losing money? Okay. And identify that and then work through that, because the overall energy is leveling up. It's level up. It is happening. All right. You are leveling up. So sit with yourself though and ask yourself, why do you feel so afraid? When it comes to money situations, have you never had it? Has it been hard to come by in the past? And work with yourself. And I feel like if you can get to the root of that and remove that or undo that, hopefully this 21-day financial meditation is helping and will help, because it helped me a lot, just subconsciously, right? Where it just takes root in your brain and plants a seed of abundance. Hopefully that helps. We're on day 4. If you guys want to jump in and with the 21-day challenge, and you just keep going once we reach 21 days. But I do feel like that was divine when Spirit told me, hey, you need to start that, because I feel this month coming up, there are going to be increases in wealth. There's going to be losses of jobs and ending of jobs, but those endings of the jobs are going to be creating avenues for you to make generational wealth for yourself, right? When there was a lot of belief systems that you were only going to make the money that you needed from your job, your 401k and things like that. The tower is coming in to demolish those thoughts, demolish what you thought you knew. And it may be scary, but what's on the other side is the 9 of Pentacles, luxury, abundance, working for yourself, working from home, creating your own schedule, creating your own business, right? Remember, this is clarifying the 10 of Pentacles. So even if something ends, right, and it goes, completely ends, everything that there's something beautiful on the other side, and you need to prepare yourself for it. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.